Today I'm going to be showing you guys the easiest way to get 40 grams of protein plus your morning coffee all in the same drink. Stick around and learn how to make a high protein cold brew using Phorm's Formula 1 Cafe Latte. I can't believe that it's almost 2025. It's almost grind time for a lot of us, you know. 2025 or the start of a new year in general is just a really busy time for a lot of people, or for most individuals, right? And so I know for me personally, the ability and the time that I have to get my protein in, plus my caffeine coffee intake, they're both going to simultaneously go up and down. So my ability to get protein is going to go down, while my ability to drink more coffee is going to go up, and I'm going to take in more coffee throughout the day. So I've started trying to figure out a way to do both. I'll shake that up and let that sit for a second. So I first started doing this mixture, this concoction, if you will, probably about 5 or 6 months ago. I just love the Formula 1 Cafe Latte flavor from Phorm. And then I started getting really into cold brew because I'm trying to cut out energy drinks. So I started getting into like pre-bottled cold brew that they sell at the store. And I was like, man, I bet this would taste really good together. And at first I was trying to put the protein directly into the cold brew, which is a huge mistake, and I'll tell you guys how I get around that here in just a second. And I was doing all these different ways of approaching trying to make a cold brew protein coffee, but none of them really worked. I blended some in our smoothie blenders here with ice and tried to make a cold blended frappuccino type like smoothie, but it kept separating, and I could never get the mixture down. I couldn't get it to be exactly what I want it to be until I came across this method. So if you go to make this high protein cold brew coffee mixture, be sure to follow these steps exactly, or you're going to get some crazy funky concoction with clumps of protein that sit on your tongue and make your tongue taste weird, or whatever else it is. So just trust me, I've learned the hard way whenever it comes to this kind of stuff. So what you want to do is get your protein So what you want to do is get your protein mixture made up separate from your coffee. So in a separate shaker bottle, I get about 2 to 3 ounces of water, and I put in 2 scoops of the Phorm Formula 1 Cafe Latte protein. Now this is a vanilla coffee flavored protein that already has a coffee flavor base to it. So whenever you add it to water, it tastes like coffee. And then when you add it to your coffee, it doesn't water your coffee down. Because some people are like, oh, you're adding water to your coffee, it's going to water it down. No, it doesn't, because this is a coffee flavored protein. So that's hack number 1. Hack number 2, if you use the right amount of water, a light amount of water, it makes it more of a syrupy type mixture. And that is going to mix into your coffee a lot better than trying to mix in powder into a cold brew. Then we're going to fill it up with about 16 ounces of cold brew-ish. And for cold brew, I'm kind of a snob, so we try out all sorts of different kinds of cold brew, but this is the one that we just tried most recently that I'm a huge fan of, Columbe Bright and Mellow Brew. 15 calories per serving, 3 total carbs. Not really sure where the carbs come from, but it's got a nice refreshing note to it, like almost like a sweetness, kind of like a stone fruit or a bitter fruit kind of taste to it. So I'm a big fan of this guy. This is probably top 2 or 3 bottled cold brews. You can always go with the stock STOK yellow cold brew. That's the other one that we use. I keep it on deck as well. This is the one that you'll probably find most common at grocery stores. And this one is also a really good cold brew. If you're not familiar with bottled cold brews, these two are probably my top 2 favorites right now for sure. We got our cold brew poured into the cup here. And now it's time to just watch the magic happen. So you take your mixture, syrupy coffee mixture over here, and just pour it in. And look at that, guys. Could it be any more beautiful? You're not gonna understand if you're not a coffee fan. But if you are a coffee fan, you're gonna get it. You just, like, as soon as you saw this, you just knew. Like, man, that is about to be one hecka tasty coffee right there. I mean, look at that. Look at that diffusion of the protein / creamer to the coffee blend. Ooh, boy, it's about to be so good. And then you just want to give it a little mixy mix to kind of help the diffusion along. But I mean, look at that, guys. That is phenomenal right there. And that right there is how you make a high protein cold brew coffee using first Phorm Formula One Cafe Latte, totaling out 40 grams of protein and 16 ounces of cold brew. The perfect way to start your morning in 2025. Follow me for more recipes and tips like this.